Ode of the Dove. Concerning the essence of the Holy Spirit. Private, not public praise of the Beloved. He is the exalted, the most glorious. The light from such a countenance so attracted me, its brightness outshone every bright sun. As if the effulgence of the sun had become resplendent by the light of her beauty as it shone forth among the planets and glistened. The musk of Alma was released through her joy. From her loftiness did the station of exaltation become exalted. At her call the trumpet of resurrection days sounded. Her breeze swept away the shadows of clouds. With her dazzling brilliance, the terror of eternity appeared. Through her radiance the radiance of Baha shone forth. From her west, the sun of the manifestation became manifest. From her east, the full moon of moons became eclipsed. And from her hair wafted the scent of pure divinity. And by glancing at her face, the eyes of beauty became enlightened. Indeed, the beam from her face guided the face of guidance. The fire from her face purified the soul of Moses. The most exalted breasts turned to be pierced by arrows from her eyes. The head of existence stretched forth its neck toward the noose of her tresses. And mine utmost longing is, to be, wherever her feet have passed, and the throne of Alma is the lowly earth she trod. In every eye my tears were shed to attain reunion with her, and I burned in every fire because of my separation. I spread myself out far and wide with the fondest wish that she might tread upon my heart. In every face I sought a semblance of reunion with her. On every plain I inscribed in the sand a sign of nearness. And whenever I rushed toward reunion with her light, after attaining nearness, I was wounded by the arrow of remoteness. And if I stretched forth my beseeching hands for reunion with her, with sword she replied, "This shall be the recompense for my lovers." And my soul yearning hath been but to hold fast, while her relentless intent remaineth but to sever my grasp. I said, "May my soul and all bestowed on me be but a sacrifice for our reunion. Have mercy on me and disclose not my shame, and bestow upon me as a sign of thy love a reunion that will endure forever, even to eternity. I swear by the joy of manifestation, by the appearance of which the whole of creation was illumined and, in truth, mine own resurrection was consummated. I swear by Hussein's sorrow, by reason of which the sadness of existence brought forth mine own perfection into the world of being, that thou art the desire of my heart and the beloved of mine inmost self, the custodian of my soul, and the source of my light and life. Bestow upon me the victory of reunion after this separation. Bestow upon me the delight of companionship after all my suffering. The flame of every fire was ignited by my burning, and the manifest realm was illumined by my sighs. The heat from my craving has dried up the ocean of Alma, and the stream of exaltation itself cannot quench any portion of my thirst. All the blood I witnessed in every land was but a token of the blood trickling from mine eyes. And compared to my tears, the vast ocean is merely a drop. And compared to my burning, the flame Khalil endured was less than a spark. And from my sadness, the tumultuous sea of happiness became stilled, and from mine anguish did springs of affliction stream forth. My splendor became shrouded, my illumination ensconced, and my light extinguished by the haughtiness of the scoffer. My bones are now brittle, my body worn to a sigh, and my heart shriveled from the incessant flame of my yearning. My ardor for thee hath crushed me. My love for thee hath sifted me into dust, and separation from thee hath melted me, yet reunion with thee remaineth my desire. And the mystery of my mourning cleft the heavens asunder, and mine inmost torment shattered to dust the ground of my heart. And the tears from mine eyes recount my heart's ardor, and my jaundiced face signifieth the flame of mine inmost self. Each night I grieve from rebukes the scoffers have hurled. Each day in tears I pray and plead for assistance. I have attained such a state of bitter abasement that tongues falter attempting to recount it. Because of my heart's tribulation, in every chamber of paradise the hurists have adorned themselves in robes of black. I became sorrowful from the sadness I found in every heart, and every happiness caused me but sorrow. Suddenly, from behind me, her voice said,
"Hush! Cease thy lamenting about all thou hast endured. countless Husains like thee are enthralled with me. Numberless are the Alias like thee amongst my lovers. Numerous are the lovers who occupy a station loftier than thine. I have chosen countless pure ones like thee. Lovers who lamented at every moment, yet never attained the light of reunion to enjoy even a single glance from me. Compared to my dawning, the midday sun is like a star. And compared to the light from my appearance, the light of the world is but a flicker. Compared to the splendor of my mystery, the mystery of existence is but an ant. The igniting fire of my love made all enkindlement like a spark. By my craft, the nature and form of the revelation of the beloved was manifest, and by my palm was the splendor of Moses' palm made luminous. And the essence of cause itself derived from the manifestation of my cause, and the justice of command derived from the justice of my wisdom. And the ebullition of the ocean was formed by the vibration of mine inmost being, and the Holy Spirit wafted into the world from the light of my glory. And from but a glimpse of me did the Moses of eternity swoon. And from the force of a flash of my light did Tur become crushed. By the resurrecting power of my cause did souls gather at judgment day. From the trumpeting of my spirit did the dried bones become revived. And the soul of cause circumambulated the temple of its command. Indeed, the spirit of that temple became established by the light of my countenance. And the kingdom of exalted knowledge contained in B is not but a secret, and secretly did B prostrate itself before my point. All guidance hath issued forth from the dawn of my command, and all exaltation ascended from my descent. Through my benevolence the birds sing delightful songs. And through my melody the humming of helpless bees resounds. Though vain imaginings thou didst devise a fountain of your own. And for the love of a stranger you imbibed from a spring other than mine. Thou didst bring attributes which thou didst associate with me. And thou didst attribute names to me unbefitting my true self. Thou didst devise whatever essence thou imagined and attributed it to me. Such invention is limiting, and assigning limitations to me is the greatest error of all. Thou didst think to attain reunion with me through thine own ingenuity. Alas, it cannot be. A covenant exists between us in which thou art treated faithfully only if thou art faithful. Imbibing from every cup the tribulations of the world. And watering the river of anger with thine own life's blood. And abandoning all hope for the slightest respite. And repressing all desire for the things of this world. And shedding the heart's blood is obligatory in the religion of love. And burning of the heart for love is the first requirement of my covenant. And sleepless nights, because people will sting thee like scorpions, and each day will there be the harangue of incessant reproach. But by the standards of faith, deadly poison is like a refreshing drink, and according to my creed, destiny's rage is like affection. Therefore, abandon this claim of love, or else be content with whatever transpires. Such is the rule established for those who would tread my path.
Then ardently I called to her, O my beloved, my fondest wish and my heart's desire. Now am I truly prepared to endure whatsoever thou dost wish through thy majesty and might. Now will I cherish whatsoever thou hast decreed for me. Verily, I now desire only what is pleasing to thee. And truly my only longing is for whatever thou hast have ordained. Here is my chest to welcome the arrows of thy sovereign might. Here is my body, ready to receive slashes from thy fierce swords. Thy fire is my light, and thine anger my fond desire. Thy attack is my solace, and thy command my highest wish. Behold now the tears in mine eyes, how plentifully they flow. Then witness how every joy in my heart hath been annihilated. Each day everyone attacked me with arrows. Each night was I slain by swords of rejection. And each verse I read was a book blaspheming me. Each moment I encountered censure from everyone. Every moment I was mocked by the accusation of being idolatrous. Every moment I was struck by the arrow of rejection. As if the tribulations of the universe had descended upon my soul. As if every blade of anger had been sharpened for my neck alone. Jacob's grief and Joseph's confinement, Job's afflictions and Abraham's fire, Adam's regret and Jonah's fleeing, and David's bewailing and Noah's lamentation, and Eve's separation and Mary's burning sorrow, and Isaiah's affliction and Zechariah's anguish. All that occurred to each of these is but a drop of my sorrow. And truly, all other adversity was caused by the dripping of my anguish. Now, behold me, alone, wandering about this remote region. And now, witness my companionship with the wild beasts in this far desert. And from the tears of my eyes do waters gush forth from the heavens. And from tapping my heart, springs gushed forth and joined together as decreed. And from the force of my sorrow was the essence of eternity rent asunder, and from the flame of my distress did the throne of exaltation crumble and perish. All the redness of existence came from the redness of my heart's blood. Tears flowing from my eyes caused every twig in existence to sprout. For me, the bitterness of adversity suffered in the path of thy love is sweet, while the sweetness of this life from any other source is bitter. On my neck, scars from shackles of iron appeared. On my feet remain the marks from links of chain. Not a day passed that I was not seared, indirectly by the insinuations of poems, or directly by rebukes in prose. Indeed, my soul was uprooted and my heart dissolved. And indeed, my inner being boiled from the fervor of my distress. I remained without spirit, soul, or heart. That I survived at all is my greatest astonishment. Verily, exaltation of all that lies in my heart is cause for what I have been made to endure. Oh, would that whatever exalted my nature had never existed to begin with! Thus it was that adversity assaulted me from every direction, such that at every moment I was afflicted by yet another ordeal. In solitude I ascended to the apex of unity. In my inmost heart I attained complete reunion, though I am only able to describe thee in terms of what mine own eyes have beheld. Thine own vision can only discern evidence available to thine all-perceiving eyes. If my understanding was limited, the limitation was imposed by thee. And if I dared to portray thee, my portrayal derived solely from thee. And from my own dejection did the gloom of night emerge. And from the joy in my heart did the light of day achieve its brilliance. It matters not that for now I have been rejected. I became entirely jubilant the day I was awakened. By the light of his friendship, I enjoyed the company of holiness. And I emigrated from the land of Todd during the time of my remoteness. And through the illumination of my inner being, I attained belief in the light, and I ascended to realm of spirit through the joy of mine own heart. I call on thee, O Spirit of life, to abandon this self that hath become emptied of all life. Then, O Spirit of Alma, descend from thy throne on high. For there is no greatness remaining for thee in my abject station. O my heart, I am calling out to thee. Depart. There is no glory for thee in this contemptible realm. And O my patience, be reconciled with all the afflictions thou hast endured. For the contentment of thy beloved, whether in comfort or in adversity. With heavenly affection she called to me and said,
Calm thyself. Verily, I have become aware of all that thou hast recounted. Relinquish all thou hast understood before, and thence worshipped. Indeed, for me, even idolatry is but a recognition of the unity of God. In my sight the most glorious glory of Tur is abject. And to me the most luminous beam of light is but darkness. Thy verses depicting me are accurate, but appropriate only to a mere vassal. Thy verses of adoration are apt, but with the competence of a mere servant. And certainly I have eternally existed in an immaculate state, and certainly I have been infinitely stainless. In my sight, so many of the just ones were cruel, even as so many of the knowledgeable ones were ignorant. In my sight, so many of the enduring ones were evanescent. Even as to me, many a mystic knower knew not a single letter. In my sight, so many suppliants were but ruffians. And many who prostrated themselves never attained a moment's humility. All the heavenly verses are established in the realm of my essence, and all the luminous scriptures descended from my book. By a mere particle of mine, the enveloping sun was darkened. And from but a drop of mine, the ocean of existence was formed. All the joyous melodies created by the peoples of the earth are to me no more than the cry of an ant or the buzz of a bee. From the ecstasy of my joy, all minds became joyous. From the song of my spirit all souls acquired life. By the droplets of my command did all the adored ones become lords, and at its trickling did every lord attain lordship. Indeed, the land of the Spirit was trod in obedience to my command, and verily, the kingdom of Tur became the place where I trod. Because of my light, the star of manifestation shone forth. And because of my gladness the sun of happiness bestowed its splendor. Every single verse of God, those illumined signs of revelation, as well as the places of the decent of revealed verses, the dawning places of holiness. The essence of all reflection, those jewels of thought. Those ornaments of enlightenment, that manifestation of all wisdom. Indeed, the command that instigated all of these derived from my single command, be. And from the kindness of my heart was every new thing generated. When thou turned away from my face, thou didst think thou hadst turned towards it. And thou didst fly to the water of vain imaginings pouring from the fountain of illusion. Because thou didst not secure thyself in the concealed divine light that I had implanted within thee, thou didst squander away all that I created. Hold fast to the cord of the cause in its conspicuous appearance. Recognize the face of light in its concealment. Then, free from illusions, rend asunder the veil of nearness, that thou mayest behold directly the sanctified countenance within thyself. Then become serene because the powers of the kingdom have become agitated. Then become patient because the hidden eyes of divinity have shed tears. And within thee have I concealed a truth that transcends all knowledge. Even every enlightened mind is unable to comprehend it. Relish the companionship of that holy mystery concealed within thee. If thou art trustworthy, then disclose it not. If thou removest the veil from the countenance of what thou hast observed, all existence will vanish in the twinkling of an eye. In this manner was the command issued from the kingdom of grandeur. From this command emanated the mystery of power. Blessed are those who have attained loyalty and steadfastness. Blessed are those who have enlisted in this new cause. Blessed are the lovers who have shed their life's blood. Blessed are the confidants who have held fast the cord of my loving kindness. Blessed are the chaste ones because they have hastened from every quarter to enter the shade of my sovereignty.